Merci, Madame la.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vigneault. And so we will start with our 6-minute rounds. It will start with Mr. Cooper, followed by Mrs. Romanado, suivi par Madame Goudreau, et puis Mr.
Ms. Goudreau, Ms. Normandin, rather, and then Mr. Julian.
Remind everyone that comments should go through the chair, and there should be one voice being heard at a time. Mr. Cooper, 6 minutes to you.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you to the witnesses, and I would like to just express and associate myself with the remarks of Mr. Vigneault in saying that the interference that we see and the threat posed by the Beijing Communist Party has nothing to do with Chinese Canadians who are victims of the regime and their interference activities. It's very important we keep that in mind at all times during this our deliberations on this matter. Mr. Vigneault, how many times did CSIS brief the Prime Minister regarding Beijing's interference in the 2019 and 2021 elections?
Thank you. And Madam Chair, I have been director of CSIS since 2017. I have had many opportunities to brief the Prime Minister, Cabinet, and different ministers on the subject of national security, including specifically on foreign interference. I would not have a specific breakdown of the number of times since 2017, but this has been a topic of ongoing briefings.
Will you undertake then to provide the committee with a list of all the dates that you briefed the Prime Minister, that CSIS briefed the Prime Minister in regards to interference activities by Beijing related to the 2019 and 2021 elections?
So, Madam Chair, I understand that yesterday the National Security Intelligence Advisor was asked for a similar request, and my reaction to this would be to probably work with the Privy Council office to have a consolidated response to the committee through you, Madam Chair.
And will you also undertake to do the same with respect to a list of all the dates that CSIS briefed any minister, PMO staff, minister's office staff, or security-cleared Liberal Party staff related to Beijing's interference in the 2019 and 2021 elections?
So, Madam Chair, I think, as I just mentioned, we will endeavor to collide as much of that information possible. And bearing any specific national security considerations, we will endeavor to provide as much as possible to the committee.
Okay, and I guess consistent with that, or in addition to that, will you undertake to provide a list of all individuals who are present at these briefings to the degree that this is possible?
I will probably have to defer to the extent to which we know. We will again, provide the information in the context of bearing any other national security considerations, but we'll probably have to rely also on the Privy Council office for some of the attendance of these briefings. So that consolidated piece will hopefully be answering many of these questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. On February 24th, 2023, Sam Cooper of Global News reported that 3 weeks before the 2019 election, CSIS officials gave an urgent briefing to senior aides in the Prime Minister's office, warning them that a Liberal candidate who is a sitting Liberal MP now had received assistance from Beijing's Toronto consulate in his nomination campaign. What are the names of the PMO aides who were briefed?
Madam Chair, as I just indicated, we'll have to review the list of and the dates of such briefings. It will be important to remind colleagues that I will, or this committee, I should say, that I do not take the premise of that the question at face value. I need to be able to provide information respecting the proper classification of the information. So that the spirit of that question will be answered through the consolidated response.
And to that end, did CSIS brief the Prime Minister?
CSIS, as I mentioned.
No, but specifically in relation to the 2019 circumstances surrounding a Liberal candidate and Beijing's consulate in Toronto assisting him and his nomination campaign.
So maybe, Madam Chair, on that question, I think it's important to put in context that information that is in the public domain may or may not be coming from the service or from other agencies. There's been indeed information that is now reported by the media, and it is not because the information is in the media that I'm at liberty to confirm or deny the specific nature of classified information. So along these lines, I will not be able to provide a specific answer to
I
that
understand that you're not
allegation.
able to provide a specific answer at this time, but again, would you undertake to go back and provide this committee with any date or dates that the Prime Minister was briefed on this matter?
I will be able to provide, Madam Chair, a consolidated response to PCO of dates where the subject of foreign interference was discussed. However, I am not at liberty to disclose information directly or indirectly that would provide classified information in a public setting. So there will be limit, Madam Chair, to the specificity of the topic discussed. But as I said, I think it's important that people understand that foreign interference was indeed briefed regularly.
Okay, and the same would apply with respect to Liberal Party staff or other officials who may have been briefed. If you could also undertake that, if they were briefed, to come back to this committee, having regard for what you had previously said, unless it doesn't apply in that case.
We will, I think in the spirit of these hearings, Madam Chair, we will absolutely endeavor to provide the most